On this day in 1952, young Celtic player Jackie Millsopp died. Jackie Millsopp signed provisional forms with Celtic as a 16-year-old in 1947 and joined the club full-time in September 1948. A utility player who played at both half-back and all across the forward line, he made his debut in a Glasgow Cup semi-final tie against Queen's Park on the 13th of September 1950, playing at outside left. Celtic Park in the late 40s, early 50s was no easy place for a young player to make his way in the game, but Jackie Millsopp was patient and willing to play anywhere and was rewarded for his efforts with a place on the North American tour of 1951. He may have scored his first goal for the club on the 10th of October 1951 in a 1-0 win over Morton at Capello in a match he played at outside right, but there are also reports that it was Jock Weir who found the net that day. His only other goal came at Firhill on the 8th of March 1952 in a 4-2 league win over Partick Thistle. The Evening Times reported that day, "In half an hour, a very persistent Celtic were rewarded. Tully turned the ball back to Millsopp and the half-back battered a 30-yarder into the net." By the beginning of season 1952-53, Jackie Millsopp was well on the way to establishing himself as a first-team regular, playing both League Cup sectional matches against champions Hibernian at outside right and the league opener against Falkirk at outside left on the 6th of September 1952, that would prove to be his final match. In the days after the 5-3 win over Falkirk, Millsopp was taken ill with appendicitis and was taken into hospital for an operation. Tragically, complications set in and his death was announced on the 17th of September 1952. Sean Fallon recalled in his biography, Celtic's Iron Man, "Jackie had been taken ill and needed an operation, but everyone at the club thought he would recover. It was a terrible shock when he didn't make it. There were complications with his operation and we were told a few days later that he had died. I'm not ashamed to say that I shed a few tears around that time. I had got to know him well because we'd shared a cabin on the boat over to America the summer before, when the club took us over for a tour after we had won the Scottish Cup. We became good friends and Jackie was a lovely lad. Everyone at Celtic liked him and it affected us all for a long, long time." It seems inconceivable that it would happen today, but Celtic played Rangers in the league on the day of his funeral, the entire playing staff attending Requiem Mass in Cambuslang that morning. A Rangers delegation also attended, and both teams wore black armbands in a match won 2-1 by Celtic on the 20th of September 1952. The Glasgow Herald reported on the 22nd of September, "The vast majority of Rangers supporters were as shocked as anyone when, during a most impressive minute of silence in tribute to the late John Millsopp, the Celtic player who died in midweek, a profane exhortation thundered over the ground. The rumble of disapproval that followed indicated how easily that spark could have started a conflagration." Jackie Millsopp played 26 times for Celtic and scored 1 and possibly 2 goals. At just 22 years old, he had a bright future ahead of him, and his death was a tragedy not just for Celtic, but more importantly, his family and many friends.